In 1927, H.G. Wells predicted that cancer would be banished from life by calm, unhurrying, persistent men and women working in hospitals and laboratories, motivated by the curiosity to know how and why. Cancer research scientists are detectives searching for clues to unravel the secrets of cancer's deadly cells. Much of that work goes on here at the Kenneth Norris Jr. Cancer Hospital in Los Angeles. This is one of 24 comprehensive cancer centers established by the government. The work these people are doing is part of an effort that has gone on for 100 years. Today's cancer treatments are the result of the work of generations of scientists like these. Today's cancer patients are the beneficiaries. Helena Betancourt has breast cancer. She has been receiving chemotherapy at the Norris Cancer Center for over a year. Although these cancer-killing drugs are widely used, few people outside the walls of cancer centers know how they are developed. Dr. Richard Moran directs pharmacological research at the Norris. Dr. Moran feels there is a great need for public education about cancer and its treatment.
There are a number of commonly held conceptions about cancer that really, you could say, are a bit of misconceptions. I think the view is fairly widely held that cancer is a disease, and that clearly is not the case. It's probably something in the range of 150 diseases.
Many of the procedures done in Dr. Moran's lab are routine. Here, an assistant preserves cancer cells for future tests.
It is almost a failing of us as a group that we don't make a lot of what we do more understandable to the general public. The concepts are very simple. Most of what we do is just based on simple logical premises.
Much of Dr. Moran's work consists of directing and focusing the work of other researchers.
What I do in general terms is I try to understand how some of the drugs we have now that work against cancer work, why they don't work better, what we can do about that.
Dr. Moran says facilities like the Norris Cancer Center are the best places for research.
The Norris Cancer Center is described as a cancer treatment center. It's also described as a cancer research center, and really it's both. It's not a hybrid. It's a center where both activities go on as part of and as the life of the center. And it stems back to the concept that good research on cancer is best done in close contact with good treatment on cancer. Look at this. I mean, it's really striking.
At the Norris, many of the people carrying out research under Dr. Moran's direction are USC graduate students.
The process changes as your career changes. So initially, a younger person starting out, maybe they're just out of their schooling themselves, they will be essentially 100% in the lab themselves, doing experiments with their own hands. As their career develops, as they get more expertise themselves, they find themselves more and more teaching other people and directing other people's work. What brings people like myself into a research as a career is usually an experience that you have early in your education, where you'll be involved in a research project in somebody's laboratory as an experience, and you'll get a taste for it. And it's a taste that's very hard. Once you have that taste, it's very hard to do anything else.
Dr. Moran works with researchers like Dr. Shirley Taylor. She is working on experiments to change the expression of genetic information within cancer cells to control their growth.
Wow. Don't move off that focus. That's fantastic. At some point in your early career, you'll find yourself actually being able to answer a question based on experiments in a lab. And for a brief moment in time, you'll know something that no one else in the world knows. And that's an addicting feeling. Ultimately, your goal is to see the research that you're doing on a day-to-day basis actually have an impact on the treatability of this disease. You'd like very much to have the feeling that as your career finishes, that the treatment of disease is in a much better position than it was when you began.
Cancer patients like Helena Betancourt have a higher survival rate than they did 20 years ago because of the advances in treatment made through research.
I think the reasons why I chose cancer research are actually very simple to summarize. It's an area where there's a tremendous amount of need. It's an area where there's a tremendous amount of challenge, and anything that you do that can improve the situation is really a very big boon. So if you're going to expend a lot of energy trying to answer difficult questions, you might as well expend it on questions that if you answer them, people stand to benefit.
I'm Dr. Art Ulien, inviting you to become personally involved in the research effort against cancer. There's a unique way to do it at USC's Norris Comprehensive Cancer Center, where you may sponsor a specific research project in an area of work that particularly interests you. For more information, call area code 213-342-2653 and tell them you want to join the Norris research team. That number again is 213-342-2653, and tell them Art Ulien sent you.